So you and Brooke say a lot that you not only want to be the provider of choice, but you want to be the employer of choice. And what does that mean to you guys?
Yeah, so earlier I talked about that three-legged stool, right? So focusing on our employees and our employee contentment and happiness, then our employees focus on our patients, and our patients are content and happy. And if our patients are content and happy, then our business will be successful. When I think about being an employer of choice, I really think about, trying to be at the top of the market with salaries, or as aggressive as possible with that. I think that's really important. I think that good PTs deserve to get paid the most. And I think that also being an employer of choice means having a great culture. And I think a lot of clinics or clinic owners say, oh, well, I have a great culture. And then what do you do to invest in your culture, right? We have leadership tracks. We have entrepreneurial tracks. We have different content. We have an unlimited continuing education budget that we stick by, and I think that we create an environment where a PT who wants to be a great PT is going to flourish. It would be hard not to flourish if you want to be a great PT at Concierge. So that really to me means, being an employer of choice means I can be the best PT that I can be at Concierge. And I've got a great team around me to support me in that endeavor.
Yeah.
That's what that means to me.
Yeah. So
I would just ask, our mentorship, our outpatient mentorship program is legit. That's what I'd ask.
Our outpatient mentorship program is legit.
I get this question all the time. Do you have a mentorship program? What do you do for new grads in terms of, mentoring and, onboarding and whatever else? And I think it's such a great question. And it's really, to me, a differentiator among all the different people that apply to the job. And I just want to make it clear that my job isn't to do the job of your self-learning for you. PTs who just graduate need to have, especially if they're working in orthopedics, need to have their eyes in a JOSPT magazine every day. If you want to be a great clinician, there's a lot of homework that could be done through podcasts, through the resources that you're given at school, or even here we have a JOSPT subscription. So the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports PT. Those meta-analyses and those clinical practice guidelines are what drive the orthopedic residency, the OCS program. So all of that information gives you a demographic into the population that you're treating. So honestly, the first 6 months to a year should be you nose deep in those, in that kind of in JOSPT and podcasts and things like that. And I think that if you show that genuine curiosity to want to learn, I genuinely see two different types of new grads. I see a new grad that's I want you to do it for me and have all this structure and give me this, defined mentorship and mentor program. But what if you don't get along with your mentor, right? What if you don't necessarily see things through the same lens as they do? And that's a fixed mentor that clinic has provided you, right? Then you're not going to learn because you're not paired with the right person. The person has so much to do with things. And that's why I say, when I talk about the different offers, one clinic A could offer you 85 grand or 90 grand, clinic B could offer you 75. But if that clinic B is going to teach you more than clinic A for the $10,000 difference, you're crazy not to take the clinic A job. And then maybe if you do a great job at clinic A in a year, you tell them, hey, listen, I really want to be at X salary. They're going to say, you're a great player. You've shown curiosity. You've grown a lot this year. I'm going to bring you to that number. And as a business owner, if that person is showing you value, then they may deserve that number. A lot of things go into that, Eileen, but I think that mentorship is really individual. We have an outline here at Concierge. We have checklists that, our new hires go through from an onboarding perspective. And we've really kind of tailored what a mentorship program looks like here. But the reality of it is every program is different and everybody comes out with different expectations and different needs. So to put somebody through a rigorous, mini OCS program, I think is a little too much, in the first 6 months. I think you just need to learn to treat patients and get used to the camaraderie and the speed of being an outpatient PT. And then after 6 months, I think it's great to, really kind of hone in on specific, you're going to have a clinic director or a mentor who can go over specific cases with here at all of our clinics. And I think, being a self-driver is so important. We obviously have programs and structure for those who need it, But my advice for anybody looking for a mentorship program is you start with your own mentorship program, mentor yourself, and then surround yourself with the right people, the smartest people in the room, and ask them questions. That, that to me is the best sort of version of a mentorship program.
Yeah, that's good advice.